Hi everybody, my name's Joe Summers, and along with my wife Tanya, we own and operate Chalily. Today I wanted to share with you some tips on how to plant your drop and grow water lily. The first option when you get your water lily after you unpack it is to just grow it in the container that it comes in. The lilies are pre-grown and pre-rooted, so that is an option. So the first thing you have to do is pop off the lid. We have a artificial water lily in there just to tell you what color it is. You can add that to your pond and it's going to give you a little interest until your real lily's up and growing. Next, all we have to do is take our root ball out of the container and unpack it from that plastic bag. Once you take that root ball out of the plastic bag, you'll probably see a few emerging leaves. So this is the top of the root ball. The bottom's going to have a few roots. All we want to do is place it into our growing container. You can simply do that and drop and grow. That's the convenience of this product. What I like to do is get rid of that lid. That's not going to help us. Get rid of that label so that we're not seeing that underneath the water. Our containers are black, and so it will blend in with the natural color of your pond. And then simply drop in and grow. Water lily about 6 inches under the water. Once the lily gets a few leaves in a couple weeks, then we can move it into a deeper part. It's probably going to be good, depending on what region of the country you're in, for no more than 1 season. The water lily will grow really fast and may need repotting. If you fertilize it, which we recommend to do twice a month, at Chalily we fertilize on the 1st and 16th of the growing season each month. That lily will give you lots of leaves, lots of flowers. So as the season goes on, the leaves will shed away. To help keep the pond clean, you can just, any leaves that look bad, go ahead and cut them off. Each flower only lasts about 3 days. So after that, go ahead and remove them also. If you decide that you want to grow your lily in a larger container for an even bigger display, we're going to show you how to pot that sucker up next. When you first get your water lily, you want to unpack it, and you'll find a container such as this. The container, all you got to do is pop that lid off. The artificial lily is just there to color code them. You can add this to your pond for decoration if you like. You want to take out your lily, and inside you'll find a plastic bag and a pre-grown water lily that's rooted and ready to go. The technique that we're going to cover now is if you wanted to take this lily and put it in a bigger container. The size of the container is going to control the size of the lily. So if you want your water lily to cover 2 or 3 feet in your pond, then we want to put it in a bigger container. So today we've chose a container that has no holes. You can have a container that has holes or doesn't have holes. We're using the container with no holes because one of the examples for soil is a nice heavy clay soil that comes straight out of the ground. This clay soil is the best thing for your plant. The problem is sometimes your fish will dig in there or the plant may fall over, and then this will cloud up or muck up your entire pond. So oftentimes people don't like to use this soil. Another alternative is aquatic soil. This comes in bags and is a fired clay particle. This particle won't cloud the water, even if your fish dig in it or if it's knocked over by accident. So we're going to use aquatic soil today. We'll start off by putting a little bit in the bottom of our container. So I've added a little bit of soil to the bottom of my container so that we can, once I put the root ball in, our plant ends up at the proper depth. We don't want to plant this too low or too high, right even with the top of the soil. A perennial water lily grows right on the surface, and we're going to start it over on one edge of the container, and then by the end of the season it's going to be grown all the way over to the other edge. So we're going to start it right here on this flat side, and then all we're going to do is continue to add our aquatic soil. And remember, the key is that we're trying to get this tuber right at the surface of the soil. Not too deep, not too high. We're simply done. All we have to do is take this out to the pond, if the weather's permitting, and place it under, 6 inches or so under the water. Once these leaves emerge and they're floating on the surface, we can move it to its final stage, which is anywhere from 2 to 3 feet under the water. Your perennial water lily will be happy there all season and throughout the winter. Once we get those floating leaves and just about when we're ready to move it down to that deeper part of the pond, which is only in about 2 weeks, I would add some fertilizer tablets. The fertilizer is going to tell you directions on how many tablets to add depending on how big your container is. So with the fertilizer tablets, all we're going to do is push them right underneath the soil an inch or two. Cover it back up. Push down. At Chalily, we recommend fertilizing your perennial water lily twice a month. By habit, we do it on the 1st and 16th of every month. So all I'm going to do now that I've fertilized it is add it to the pond. I'm going to lower it slowly into the pond and place it about 6 inches under the water surface. I do thank you for watching. Check us out at chalily.com, Facebook, or Instagram.